that's happening a bit too much. It's okay. Thank you.
No, I think it is so well deserved, and I say that for a reason, because you are someone who's grown. Did you ever think that it's just going up as a career?
So, if I have to start from the age of 7, is what I remember, 7 or 8. I think Hindi also works for you guys.
बिल्कुल,
थोड़ी चल सकती है ना? Okay. So, 7-8 साल की उम्र में was when music was introduced to me first hand. You know, I come from this legacy of Amaal Mallik ji, who started his journey as a composer in 1951. So it's a huge journey that this family has made from those years, and I think that whole era of seeing music happen live with like 10 people sitting and like a mehfil kind of approach was what I first saw film music as. And I liked it, and because it felt like hope, because you wake up to it, you're seeing your uncle, or like, you know, even my dadi's elder brother, Hasrat Jaipuri, if you know, he's a legendary writer, written a lot of Raj Kapoor sir's movie songs. So, you know, feel at home and at ease with that.
Right.
So mom being like, if you know, if you've heard and seen my mother, she's like the Jhansi ki Rani,
right.
And she believes we both are like two swords that she had to present into the world. So she started enrolling us into music classes, and you know, felt that we should pursue that. Maybe not as a career, because she comes from an entire proper lawyer and
right.
doctor, that kind of background. So there were these thoughts, obviously growing up, that this is one space that is naturally in the genes and is in our blood, and we can work towards it.
Right.
But somewhere I grew up also playing a lot of sports. So for me, if I had a choice in my childhood, I was first going to be a cricketer. That was what my team was. If you can see, I'm dressed up also like one of the Indian team ke test match players suddenly. But I love sports. So sports was something that was a big part of my life. But music, somewhere, I would say, I learned Trinity College and did all of those things, learned Western classical.
Right.
And somewhere around 15, 16 is when a small piece of composition happened in this young mind. And I ran up to my dad and I played it to him. I said, "Ye aap suno, kya lagta hai aapko?" And he gave me that confidence, you know, that you have melody in you,
right.
which is good. But coming into this generation, you need to be knowing much more than just that. So know about your lyrics, learn about music production, and how songs are mixed, recorded, working with orchestras, all those things.
Right.
His dream was just like, you know, I never want any musician in the world to be able to question you and you not have an answer
right.
for it. So the effort is on. No one obviously can know music 100%, but it was a father's dream, and somewhat when he gave me that understanding that I have music in me at that age, I think that's what made me feel that I can work towards this. That's where it actually began.
So having the right kind of upbringing, so to say, having the right kind of atmosphere, but also knowledge. So that's a lot of hard work that you put in all those years while growing up. And to say, we are celebrating so many brands here. You and your name today has become a brand in itself. When we say Amaal Mallik, it is a brand that today people look forward to listening in and getting an inspiration from. So was this a conscious decision or a conscious effort that you made, and the effort that goes into brand building, or do you think that it started happening for you very organically?
I think, like if you've seen, I just got out of a reality show, which was quite a task, and
yes.
It's not apparently the greatest thing to be branded. So, you know, a lot of people have a perception that, you know, how our journey has been, or like people have had questions, you know, come from a legacy, so it has a flip side to it,
sure.
where people feel कि बहुत आसान हो गया होगा, एक phone हो गया होगा, call कर दिया होगा, they got work.
Right.
So a lot of those questions would plague my mind as a child, and I was growing up assisting a lot of musicians. It was not easy,
yeah.
you know, getting work from anyone, knowing that you're already like from a musical heritage and you know,
right.
Malik hai kind of thing. So I think the only way that worked for me, if you say in terms of an audience, I think there's a community that associates itself to me, you know, like different people from different walks of life. Like, I'm not just saying like an Instagram or a Twitter. It's beyond that. Like
right.
when I've performed at a show in Mumbai, There are families that have flown in from Thailand. There are families that have come in from Indonesia. There are people coming from Bangladesh to see a show, a small performance somewhere at a mall. So being who I am, it's been a difficult journey for sure, because in my industry and in my last tenure of 10 years as a composer, I don't think there has been anyone standing side by side speaking the truth or saying, calling a spade like me. And I take pride in it. So I think more than the music, somewhere in my thoughts or things that I've expressed, people have connected to where I'm coming from.
Right.
They understand who I am as an artist and as a human being. So there was no planning as such.
Right.
And I think it's good to have a plan when you have you don't want to put things into a rolling process. But when you're building yourself, I think work makes your brand. But I think who you are at your heart and at your core, that if people get to know better, which has happened for me over the years, they just didn't get to know the music. They started to get to know the person. So it can flip both sides. If you design a way, sometimes that also works for people, but you can't keep it on for a long time.
Absolutely, that facade goes away. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, you spoke about your recent innings in Big Boss 19, and I also want to say that you're someone who doesn't have a filter. You're someone.
Yeah, I did a lot of things which might have hurt my brand.
Yeah. So you're out there, you have very openly discussed about pressures and expectations, and now in Big Boss 19 people saw the human side of you. So what really would you say was a learning from being a part of reality television, or what do you think sort of changed you after the show?
I think what's beautiful for me is that I think this particular season was meant to be for me to be part of. Some things I feel like that about everything. Even when I do a project or if I'm making a song, when it will find its place in the world it's just a cosmic conspiracy. So I just feel I was having the offer at my end since the last 3-4 years, but I was like, this is not something that I have the time for. I've been like a studio kid all the time with my headphones making music. So I've not been out there. I've been like Batman in his cave. So it's something that I was not sure I would ever do. But in the last few years, even it's been a tough emotional graph for me as well. I lost my pet, went through difficult times with family, had a relationship that went around and didn't work out. So a lot of things in life, started punching me down together. And then you reach a point when you ask yourself maybe a question like, okay, there is an opportunity where I get to stay in a space which is chaotic,
Right.
which is difficult, which is challenging, but it gives you some idea of self. I think that's why I did it. For me, it was obviously important also, because a lot of people, being a music composer in this era, it's a few things. Sorry if I'm taking time.
Not at all.
But the entire journey that a music composer makes is never seen. His emotions never heard. In our country, we know singers and huge respect to them. Thus, when a film does well, we always know the film by the name of the actor. When a song does well, we know the singers. So I thought I should be repping this particular community of music composers who've, done something, touched people's hearts, but you don't know them. You don't know their story. So I went to do that, and I wanted people, in spite of my friends, family, everyone saying, listen, it's a tough time, and mentally are you prepped for this? But that's the challenge that I wanted to take. So it really helped me find myself in a new form. And obviously being with such different mindsets and 18 different human beings and their ways of living, I think it made me really patient. And I think over time, I entered the house as someone who would react to things really quick. I think I understood how to respond to things instead of just reacting.
I think a very, very interesting way to put it, and you said it's all about cosmic connections. So finally, I'm going to have a request this time, not a question. You spoke about cosmic connections, you spoke about timing, but there's that one person who makes it all happen, and that is Khuda. And for you and your song, O Khuda. So if my audience agrees, I would love थोड़ा सा अगर आप हमारे लिए वो खुदा गुनगुना दे और मेरी ऑडियंस अगर तालियां बजा दे तो आप तो मान ही जाएंगे. So if I may please humbly request you for a little bit of O Khuda or any of your numbers that you'd like to touch us with.
ये जो आपने योकर डाला है,
ऑडियंस मेरे साथ है.
ऑडियंस मेरे साथ भी है.
आपके साथ है.
Okay, I'll just give it a shot. इस टाइम पे आवाज खुली नहीं रहती है यूजुअली.
We'll be helping you. Our team is all prepped.
बचा लेना भाई लोग. तेरे बिन जीना है ऐसे, दिल धड़काना हो जैसे, ये इश्क है क्या दुनिया को हम समझाए कैसे. दिलों की राहों में हम कुछ ऐसा कर जाए, एक दूजे से बिछड़े तुम सांस लिए बिन मर जाए. ओ खुदा बता दे क्या लकीरों में लिखा हमने तो बस इश्क है किया. आँखों के पन्नों पे मैंने लिखा था 100 दफा, लफ्जों में जो इश्क था हुआ ना होठों से बयां. खुद से नाराज हूँ क्यों बेआवाज हूँ, मेरी खामोशियाँ है सजा. दिल है ये सोचता फिर भी नहीं पता, किस हक से कहूँ बता. Everybody, if you can sing with me. कि मैं हूँ हीरो
तेरा,
कि मैं हूँ हीरो
तेरा,
कि मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा. मैं हूँ हीरो तेरा.
Thank you so very much for honoring us. This conversation truly means so much. I'd like to request all of you to please put your hands together. And Amaal, I know that you have a very, very important flight to catch, but I'm going to request you to please stay with us
Only that man there can delay it, but I doubt it.
No, but what I really want to do is that because today, and like you mentioned, the brands are today that we have a very, very strong connect with, I would really appreciate if you could honor 10 brands of ours that we'd like to present. And with your very kind permission and the team's permission, I'd like for us to please clear the stage and we'll be honoring 10 brands. I'd really appreciate if you could join us on stage. And this is going to be slightly, yes, I'll take that. Thank you so much. May I request you to please take center stage as we kickstart. You can be center stage as I welcome all these brands one by one. A round of applause as we present to you Best Brands 2025. Let's hear it up as I welcome them on stage in no particular order. A round of applause as we present 361 joining us on stage as an absolutely brilliant brand which today has touched the hearts of their consumers. I'd like for all of you to please put your hands together as I welcome 361 here on stage. Let's hear it up for Hours Financiers Limited. May I request my wonderful team members and my audiences to please put their hands together as I now request you to join us center stage. Sapne aapke saath hamara joining us. I'd like to request our presenter and our winner to join us where the star is marked on stage, center stage for the picture perfect moment. Let's hear a round of applause as we get set to congratulate some of the most brilliant brands out here. Thank you so much. May I welcome ACS to please join us on stage up next. Please do put your hands together for ACS as I welcome the team. join us on stage. Like I mentioned, our guest of honor has a flight, and I'd really appreciate if you all could step forward. And please welcome our Conclave Gold up next, and request you to be on standby near the stage. Please do put your hands together for Al Kamenu Gold up next. A round of applause for Al Kamenu Gold. Congratulations to you, sir. While we recognize some of the best brands for the financial year 2024-25, I'd like to take a moment and thank our research partner, Median Research, who called out for nominations to a questionnaire and then went on to evaluate 1,000 brands whose nominations they received. They were assessed on various parameters, and then we went on to present to you 200 companies that were shortlisted. Please put your hands together as I now congratulate All Cargo Logistics up next on stage. A round of applause as I welcome the team. Like I mentioned, that what